Well, hello and welcome to today's free trading video and market analysis. I'm your host, Kenny, Senior Research Analyst with the MiniAnalyst.com. The first thing we're looking at here is a chart of the market. This is the Mini S&P 500 futures contract, front month in nature, looking at the last print of 1259.50. Pretty impressive, down 25 points on the day. Wow, we really enjoy these impressive moves, these extreme ranges that we're getting in the Mini S&Ps, and particularly the other contracts that we trade. The TF, the EMD, and the YM to a certain extent, I guess one could argue. But getting right to the chart, we're looking at the intraday dynamics. These are proprietary indicators, kind of what we use to gauge where the market is likely to head. And lo and behold, what do we have? Blatantly obvious that yesterday, as you can see right here, these are our proprietary indicators. Green means bullish, and the bulls are in full control. You definitely want to be buying the market. And that being said, the market opened right around here. We'll call it 80. And went straight almost to 90, around 88 or so was the high yesterday. 86.75, 87. I guess we got to only about 87 or so, but a nice 7-point move based on our dynamics. And then, lo and behold, again, just what a beautiful indication to be selling simply the retracement, we'll call it to the 50% level of this gap. And didn't even make it to the underside of the trend and before we started moving lower. So that's why we got the accelerating to the bearish side, to the downside. And certainly once we broke below the early session low, today is the 15th day of June, and on a Wednesday, and once we broke below the low, 69.25, it was just off to the races. We just hit 59.25. Should find a little bit of support there, but this cascading waterfall that we have here, the retracement, if we can get above this high, would be certainly bullish, but certainly we have resistance there. But having said that, it looks like we are going to slide right onto the downside. Why do we say that? Well, look at the indications. They continue to be accelerating bearishness in the market, and so it's pretty impressive that we get these moves. It's really blatantly obvious if we minimize that and go to the chart of the daily. And I guess we'll just right here we're looking at, before we get over to the daily analysis, looking at one of our key systems. Beautiful. Now we're in one contract on the long side, so that's not particularly great. That was quickly off to a losing position. 73.75 was the entry. Now down at 60. But look at these three beautiful longs with an exit right at the close yesterday. So what a beautiful exit. 82.50 was the exit. A very nice trade setup. We actually rode 4 losers over here, but as you can see, we're quickly back to making profitable trades in this system. There's a 5-lot winner right there. All 5 positions were profitable. All 3 of these positions were profitable. So very impressive. We'll go ahead and look at the equity curve there. Been a little bit choppy since March or so, kind of drifting lower. Certainly hasn't been the meteoric rise that we had seen. But as you can see, over the long haul, factoring in commissions and slippage deducting, we get $76,000 with just a $5,700 drawdown. Well, that goes back to about 2.5 years or so. And we'll go ahead and look over here, see where it's been over the last, we'll call it 8 years. Okay, so now we're looking at something. Had a little bit of a hiccup there around October of 07 to January of 08, but as you can see, over the last 8 years, the system has been absolutely astounding. And of course, this is non-optimized. Certainly no curve fitting. You know, you're not in business for. I guess we've been around about 8.5 years or so. I mean, you don't do that by certainly developing systems that are curve fitted to historical data. You're just really not going to make your clients money. And if you look at our testimonials on the website, you can see that that is our ultimate goal, and that is to make clients money. Now, you can certainly go out there and you can invest in whatever you want to invest in, but in the futures realm, which is our specialty, in the futures realm, you're going to have money managers target returns probably under 50%. 35% annual return would be good. In the futures realm, we target generally triple-digit returns, 100 to 200, and sometimes we make our clients even more money. Just take a look at the testimonials page, one should say, for those figures. But as you can see, really try and balance the reward and risk. Now, there is risk, certainly, in what we do. This is an alternative investment, one would argue. Certainly a risk speculative trading vehicles, which means that you're speculating. You're essentially taking 10 to 20% of your portfolio. Let's say you have $100,000, where you're only going to put $10 to $20,000 in one of our portfolios. $60,000 is going to be in stocks, and $30,000 or 50,000 in stocks, 30,000 in bonds, or what have you, and 20,000 in what we do. And certainly, if you make 100% on that 20%, you've got a pretty good return on your total portfolio, no matter what your other investments have done. But back to the charts. So there you see, continuing. This system went live just a few weeks ago, actually, probably in the last couple of months. And as you can see, it has been a little choppy, but certainly putting up the winner. So we're going to go ahead and move over to minimize that and come up. There's the venerable Evo, putting in a beautiful winner yesterday. Just a beautiful winner. Trading the TF long at 84, closed about $600 higher. And we'll take a look at that and see how that's done. Oh, there you go, right there. There's the Evo's equity curve, reaching up to new highs as usual. Again, factoring in commissions and slippage, $134 per contract every time you make a trade on that. And we actually offer that an Evo EM version, which trades the EM. Again, $150. We're looking at almost $60,000 in profits for the Evo EM. Now, this system's been around for about 6 years, maybe, or so. 5 or 6 years. We're going to look at the Evo that trades on the ES, about $50,000, and you can trade the YM and make about $38,000 or so. But certainly we like the contracts, the EM, the mini mid cap, and the mini Russell for the Evo. So there you have it. Now we're also going to look at a third amazing system that may appear. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. What? And now, of course, it's off to another losing. Today was up yesterday. Bought at 40 on the. This is our MRSEM. Bought at 40. So we're down about $1,000 or so. But look at that beautiful winner. Shorted at 80, and this actually shorted at 82 because we were trading we just rolled over to the September contract. We were trading the June contract. About 3 points of intrinsic value, I guess, time decay. Premium, one would argue. And so about 80, we'll call it, and certainly down to about 40 was a long, so a nice $4,000 in gains per contract. That's 100%. We'll take a look at this and see how it's doing. Beautiful, $85,000. Boy, really since January of 10, so a year and a half, it has just been almost, save this little drawdown right there, almost straight up. So as you can see, our key systems, some of our key models, really handling the markets well, really putting up the profits, and that's why you see the gains that we've had. And now we have a blank screen, so we'll just bring up, we're going to look for our... Just bring up it. Oh, we were already there. That's why. Okay, so here's a chart of the daily. Look at that beautiful, just a beautiful move. Retest right as if by magnet drawn yesterday to the key short-term measure of trend following support resistance. That's that red line you see right there. It's our key measure of short-term trend following resistance. Complete magnet. Now we're getting a one would argue low-level ET sell signal. Now, if this very key measure, this green line right here of trend following support resistance, aforementioned, wasn't there, certainly we would just, what a beautiful bearish setup that is. And certainly the negation, we have been talking about this this bullish formation that we had really from here all the way back to here. So for about 4 or 5 months, we were putting in a beautifully bullish formation. Now, once that was negated with the other, retest of the underside of this trend right here at 1340, and this ET sell signal, I mean, it was just, we're certainly in a trading range, but the odds were stacked against the bull's favor. Now, having said that, again, this is a very key measure of trend following support resistance, so we will watch this. And we're not going, although we are bearish, as you can see, for our intents and purposes, we're 50% bearish, which means for our intents and purposes, that's full bearishness. And certainly in terms of momentum and direction, it's fully bearish. And as you can see, But once we get below this, it's really going to be all out bullish. We're going to quickly go to 1240 and probably go to around 1140 or so, 1040 to 1140 or so, certainly over the next few months. Sell in May and go away, and that's exactly what's happened because the market is at another low. So how have the portfolios been? Well, we had a pretty impressive day yesterday. We're going to go ahead and hope to not go to a blank screen again. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so this is a Delta DTS, and this has been leading. This, along with the MSA UDT, excuse me, and Master, have been leading the pack. We'll look at actually how they've been doing. So this is ranking based on percentage gains, which is primarily what we look at. If you want to look at dollar gains, there you have it. The Delta Black has made the most dollars. The Delta DT has made the most dollars for the amount. I mean, you go from a $98,000 portfolio down to a $35,000 portfolio. You've made essentially the same amount of $16,000 over the last 95 or so days. Triple-digit gains for the MSA UDT, $10,825. But the actual leader yesterday, as you can see, had the MSA UDT gain 13.5%, not bad. But Delta DTS 22% was the gain yesterday. There you see it, 614, $3,227.50 was the gain yesterday for Delta DTS. It's actually let's see, up about 347.50. No, down. No, down. I take that back. Down $317. 300 down 250. Had a pretty nasty trade in the Dow. Look at that. Bought a couple of systems bought and it sold at the bottom. But hopefully we can recoup those gains because again, making some pretty impressive moves in the key R2K Day Trader 60. So there's a Delta DTS down a couple $100 and certainly looking to make more money as it is now net short 2 contracts. This portfolio trades 8 systems. This portfolio trades 8 systems. There's 2 right there. Trades 8 systems. Down 100. There goes our losses right there, down in the 100s, 197.50. Trades 8 systems and you get 10 contracts across the systems. So you're actually trading 10 lots in some of our best trading models. Now, one contract, if you go, one contract is about $100 a month. Most systems, some are $200 a month. You trade the system, it's $200 a month. You get to trade one contract because these markets are not don't have limitless volume and liquidity. Liquidity matters. So to protect the system's integrity, it has to be below a certain amount. Now in the ES, you're looking at probably almost 1,000 contracts. So it's really not that key on the ES, but pricing is based on per lot. Here you get 10 lots, which would be at $100 a month. Just $100 a month, not $200. You get 8 systems, so 8 systems would be, most people charge about $200 a system, so it's $1,600. So we charge about $100 a lot based on a monthly rate. That's our regular retail prices. So that would be 10 lots at $100 a month, 1,000. So this portfolio should be $1,000 a month. What's interesting is $3,227.50 was the gain yesterday. It's actually up 12,000. Now this is based on, this should handily be leading because this could actually be a $10,000 portfolio. It's more conservative at 15,000. The margin is about 5,000, so you can actually trade it with $5,000. You'd have to immediately get off with some winners. But so this would actually be about 125% return, handily outpacing everyone is the Delta DTS. So a really key portfolio. What is very interesting is that if you go to the website, just go to Delta DTS, right there, you can actually purchase it. There it is right there, $788 for 3 months. So the portfolio should be about $1,000 a month based on 10 lots, 8 systems, retail. Here you get it not only for $788, not for just a month, which would be a 20% discount, but for 3 months. So based on 10 lots, you're getting this for essentially $78 for 3 months per lot. Now that's about $25 per lot per month. So it's an incredible value. And what's more, what's very interesting is if you actually purchase 2 of these 2 quarters, that would be the next 6 months. So you go ahead and get that out of there. Delta DTS, there you go. Quantity of 2, $1,576. You're going to get an entire year. $1,576 is an entire year of access to this portfolio, which, as you see, there we go, gained $3,227 yesterday alone, and has gained $12,487.50 over the last 95 days, about 4 months. So about 125% return on just, you can start with $10,000. Very, 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 very good deal. If you guys are interested in that, go to the website, ask an analyst, or chat with the support team live. Shoot us an email to admin@MiniAnalyst.com, and if you have any questions on the market or our portfolios or getting an account, the brokers will set up your account. You don't have to do anything. Just subscribe. If you don't already have an account at one of the key brokerages that work with some of the largest brokerages in the country, and if you don't already have an account, it's about a 10-minute online application. Go ahead and subscribe, fill it out. All you have to do is have money in. The broker handles everything: setup, account setup, oversight of execution to ensure that everything runs smoothly in full automation, no human involvement. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and we shall see you next time.